to 200, and then it came back down. That's the one I ended up holding. The 3M I sold early, and then even RTX, this one $30 into $1.50. I sold out around like 80 or 90, so I left some money on the table, but we also made plays for tomorrow, and it is the same strategy that we went over yesterday. So Chad, I really hope you guys have been paying attention. Make sure you check out this tutorial because a lot of people have been seeing a lot of success with it. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open, youtube.com/the stock market. I usually say that, I'm telling you, so you could go and see it on stream and so that you could get everything full and live. But throughout all these earnings, we are doing every single one of these plays lives. The set that we did yesterday, all done live. It's free 99, and even before that, the other weeks. And I want you guys to learn the strategy because this has been very helpful, especially when options have been a little bit tricky. So Chad, bear with me. I know some of you like Netflix and some of you don't, but I got a chart for you. You're gonna see I got reasons, I got pictures and everything. You're gonna enjoy it. I'll get to some of it, but here's the deal. Before I get into any of it, I will tell you I'm very biased when it comes to Netflix. I've owned them since around 2014, 2015. I have got a nice return after almost 10 years. I sound old when I say that, but we also bought Netflix for the long term when it dropped down to the hundreds and $200 not too long ago, about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. So don't worry about it. And even then, there's plays, even like today, you'll sell early, you'll miss out. If you ever feel bad at any point, just don't forget. Bill Ackman, he's had a lot of awesome call-outs, but he lost $1 billion on Netflix, sold out after a month, and then like 6 months later, it started to double up. So the point is, don't ever trip out, and the long term is always the answer. Yeah, I had to throw that one in there, baby. Run it.
Working in the couch, it's a 2020 election. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel less a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down.
Right off the bat, with me telling you my bias in the way, I love Netflix and all of that. Don't get ahead of yourself. So if you think you're just going to watch this and go buy it all Insta day calls or whatever and it's going to run up, I would be careful. I'm going to share with you the plan at the end of this, but let's talk about some of the reasons why Netflix can go back up to 600. And the first reason is it is back to its old trading range, and now they have growth on their side. Last time they got up to these $600 levels, and honestly, we got to pull out like a 1 or 2 year chart because before we bought it, this is where we were buying it in the long term. We bought it a couple of different times on the small account. We really sniped the bottom on that, but it is back up to these $500 and $600 levels, and the thing about it, they were kind of growing at that moment, but why did they start slipping from the 600s? Because the growth started to fall off, and once people were saying, oh man, this thing isn't growing, things got a little dark for the company, and they started to really dump. Again, the company went as high as 691 all the way down to 167 just in a couple of months, but now they are reclaiming that past earnings range. When they started to drop off, it was about 505 to 558, and then leading in from 624, they are getting back to this older and higher trading range above 500. Now, the last couple of times it got around here, it did have a little bit more difficulty, and that's why I hope you take your time with this one, but they do have growth on their side, and the last time they were getting in any of these moments, they are showing a semblance of their old self, and they are doing that in the form of growth. So that is your first reason. The second reason, it's going back to the growth story. This was their best fourth quarter in their entire history, and on top of that, now they have survived the streaming wars. Last time that they were dumping and selling off and lost the $600 range, it was because there was a lot of competition. They still even acknowledge the competition, but you remember there was HBO Max, there was Disney Plus, there was Paramount and Peacock and Hulu, and you could go down the list. Everybody was getting in streaming, and people were getting worried that Netflix was going to lose their market share. Their growth did in fact drop, but now they are returning back to a level of growth. And if you compare them to a lot of the other streamers out there, especially one of this size, they are making their mark. On top of that, now their international hasn't peaked and they still have room to grow. So here's the first chart I'm going to show you, the year-over-year growth right now for this quarter. In fourth quarter, they did 12.8%. They have not done this ever. And if you want to go compare to 1 year ago, they were at 4%. And I thought I had this one in the document, but I don't. But even if you go back another year when they were at that $600 range, when people were getting very excited, they were doing less revenue, and their growth rate was 8.9% on that fourth quarter for 2021. So for them to return back like this is a very big deal. But now this is where it gets really interesting. I wrote it up here. Netflix is only 5% of the global paid TV market in the world, and currently they have less than 10% exposure in every single country in the world. Now, this is from their earnings, and granted, you could go down a little bit and see the disclaimer. They're like, the UK measures views across 4 screens, TV, smartphone, and tablets, and all others are TV only. But take a look here. Whether it's United States, the United Kingdom, Mexico, Brazil, Spain, in red, that is Netflix. They still have the international market, and they have a lot of other things that they are still working on. So to alleviate this fear that they are returning back to growth and doing so at a very high rate and bringing in more money and even forecasting even more going forward, which hopefully 2024 does bring out good things. The whole reason why anybody's making a big deal over this quarter four is simply because quarter four is usually not when they go up. Maybe nowadays the economy, inflation, maybe Netflix is a new Christmas gift. Who knows? I guess with the password sharing. But that's the second reason all in all. And finally, maybe we don't like this one, but 3, they are looking to raise prices again, and they are still not done phasing out their memberships to turn them into paid editions. This is something they talked about with how they are moving people from shared accounts or requiring them to do the password stuff. And if they don't want to do it, they could opt into an ad account. They're getting rid of their cheaper basic plans and moving them to the ad accounts, which are growing at 70%. But you see this chart up here, they have a lot of exposure. They are doing a ton of different stuff they weren't doing a couple of years ago with their pricing, and now it is still giving them more avenues for growth. And even just in the chamber for 2024, they have a lot of these phase outs, phase ins, and passwords and pricing that they are going to be able to take advantage of, and it is all looking very good. So with all that being said, now I do think it's going to trade in 600. How it's going to do there or when, that's maybe the real question you're asking. That's going to be the problem here, because the timing of all of this is going to be wild. I do not think this is going to be something immediate. I do want to see how it works into the range, and I'm not trying to say, okay, yeah, this is the best company in the world, you should go be buying it now. Not really, and I guess I'll switch to the plan. What my plan is for this is hold for the long term. Why is it not showing you? There it is. Hold for the, oh, wait, no, we got to go down a little more. Hold for the long term. So although I do think it's going to be moving up here, my main plan is hold. Would I be buying this for the long term right now? Not really. I think they have a lot of premium. I do think that they are coming up with a lot of new growth ideas, and I think they're going to be able to pleasantly surprise. But in the short run, they are up over a couple of 100%, and that right there could kind of limit some things. But I am going to be looking to trade this back and forth. And now what I want you to really understand is that you do not need to FOMO right now with high premiums. At the very least, the stock moved up and it's doing great, but the premiums are going to be high. If there's one thing that I could relate into the options lessons and the stuff we've been seeing recently, notice how much it moved today. $46. The option chain was pricing in $44. The stock is up 9%, but this isn't really surprising Wall Street. We want to see if everybody feels the same the way I do and the analysts come out and they raise their targets. This is what is going to drive the stock to 600 over time, and this may take a couple of weeks. It may take a couple of days, but in general, I'm keeping all of these bullish factors in mind, and I will be eyeing the 600, just as you've seen stocks like NVIDIA and even Meta move up into certain ranges, but especially NVIDIA with it hitting $600 right now. But the point is, although this earnings was good today, most of this was expected. They did blow out the subscriber numbers. They beat by 50 or 40%, a very big margin, and they got a lot of good things going, but it's not as if people were expecting Netflix to be slowing down just like they were when the stock was trading at half of the price. So people did kind of expect this. One big driver of the timing of how this is going to get into 600, sadly, it's going to follow along with these upgrades and downgrades, the institutions and the FOMO buyers on that end. So hopefully you keep all of this in mind and keep in mind why it has been an outperformer for a reason. And really what I'm going to be looking for is Netflix on any market pullbacks. If we get any volatility, the Fed, that's where I'm going to be looking for option positions to start flipping and trading that range if we get the opportunity. I do think it's going to be a great continuation for tomorrow, and those 2 standard deviation plays, we should be watching them on the short term tomorrow. Those are going to be the plays, another $40 out or so, because they'll probably drop after opening up, and then we'll see as everybody starts flowing in. But the real big thing I want to watch is Netflix becoming its own little safe haven, just like the AI stocks have been, just like other tech names. They have proven themselves over the last couple of quarters. Even when we've gotten market volatility, they've been able to hold up, and this earnings solidifies that, and that's going to be the real basis of this trading from $500 to $600 or higher. It is going to be watching as the market moves around until they have a bad earnings now that comes in and kills that growth and kills some of the stuff that I outlined for you. I really think they are going to be in their own little world. So with all that being said, I'd watch out for Netflix tomorrow, but this video, this play, it is not all about tomorrow. If anything, I would say watch this over the next quarter or two, especially as we get into more volatility with the market rates, even the election. We'll see where this takes us, but now Netflix is coming out the gate strong. It already ended last year very, very good, and now they are going to be proven and maybe working their way into their own little title as the king of streaming, and now maybe Wall Street will respect that and reward that. So we'll see how it all plays out, but that was the main topic that I wanted to go over. But now, as far as the plays yesterday, we went over this and we were talking about what happened and all the different plays. The only plays I lost on, remember, we did 6 plays, 3M hit, Verizon hit, Procter Gamble hit, and RTX hit. The only plays that didn't work out, it was the GE. That's the one we spent the most amount of money on. We went both ways, and believe it or not, we were in the money at one point in the morning. I guess if you pull up the daily, it shows the wick. Oh, they edited that, I guess. Okay, it said it hit 116. I was getting excited, but that play, it went down, it went up. They barely moved. We played 2 standard deviations. The stock didn't move. You lost money on both sides. We lost that $100 there. And then the other play, Logi, this is a great example of even Netflix. The stock went down by 11%, but believe it or not, those options that we got, the 75s, they went up in the morning, and you could have got a nice little return. You had a little bit of a gain, but they ended up going down because these were pricing in a 20% move. Even though the stock moved down 11, it was priced in by the option chain, so why would these plays go up, even if there is a little bit of time? So hopefully that's a good lesson. That's even why we avoided Netflix today. As much as I love Netflix, and I'm talking about it now, we got it for the long term all day today. I said I'm staying away from these options because it was pricing in 10% at minimum in both directions. So unless it moved 20% to get in the money, even if it moved 10%, 12, 15%, chances are those options probably would not have been worth as much. So wanted to shy away a little bit from there. But as far as the other plays that we made today, let us get into those, and I'll see if I could pull them up. I guess we'll start with the first one. Go in alphabetical order. I made a play on Abbott, and these are all for tomorrow. So I grabbed a 120 call, and I only grabbed one of these, and a lot of the plays, let me see if I got the document, and this will highlight what we did even today. We spent $20 both way on Verizon. I got $27 back. I sold out of it early, $9 to 27. That was after we sold the 3M. I said I'll take it. Once again, I sold early. Even on the 3M, I only got back $225. could have made as high as $480. The GE we lost, RTX, we got is it $51 back? No, we got like $85 back, but we spent 51 bucks. But all in all, we brought in like $320 profit. Procter Gamble, I spent $35. It was high as $2. It's worth around $1 right now. I'm still holding on to that. And then Logi, I'm still holding on. We'll see if we end up getting lucky on there. But the point was, we made all of our money back, got a little bit of profit, would have really killed it if we held on for a little. But I've been saying my goal here is at minimum get my money back. So if I want to play all of these plays, as long as I'm not losing money and just stacking up and we have a little bit of history, one of these we're going to hit and we're going to be able to cash out the full amount just like the TSM. And as long as you're not losing, this is what starts pushing the account up little by little and hopefully protecting ourselves. So remember, yesterday we spent 281, brought in 300, still got another $100 of profit we haven't realized, and even like another 30 bucks that we could take out from remaining plays. So not too bad. Then today, these are the plays that I made. TXN, I went both ways for $91. This one dropped after hours. However, it didn't really move too crazy. That's the one that kind of sucks there because it might play out like the GE tomorrow.
Connection. Order submitted. Order filled. Target filled. Target filled.
negative. It could happen. That's why we love the market. You wake up every day. Every day is going to be something new, man. Day, baby. It's a good day, baby. So good morning. Let me know if you have any questions. Call out any plays. Source some info. You got 1 minute here to the bell. And like I'm saying, I'm doubling down. I'm not going to make a play on it, but I think today is all China. Someone did say yin on one of the call-outs. That one might be interesting. And then keep in mind Intel. That's going to be Thursday. IBM, I meant, and Tesla, as well as everything else in the morning. So let's see. General Dynamics expects Marine Corps revenue of $12.8 billion. Should you hold on to Netflix till next week? Let's see where they open up at. I mean, it's up to you. I do think it's going to move around. There was a lot of analyst upgrades in the morning. So I think there's already about like 10 upgrades that came in. And it looks like you're getting, what's it called? I think the average target is like high 600s now. Or a little bit like mid 600s. So we will find out. But I do want to play it. I just want to see the premiums. We're going to take a look at those 2 standard deviations. So again, 2 standard deviations, you should know which ones they are because they were the ones we'd want from yesterday. I think it's like, what, 580 or something like that? Something crazy, man. Round 1. Fight. Baba. All right, you are up 1-2 on the Russell, 0.3 on the Dow, and then 0.59 on the S&P. Yeah, those 2 standard deviation Netflixes are literally break even. Anything outside of the money are still negative now. That's crazy. So again, there was a limit to those, but the ones closer to the money absolutely ripped. Actually, it went up 87%. Not too great. We might need to let a little bit of premium get dried out from that one. And then, do we have anything else? Wait, what's that? Is that Verizon? No, that's just a crazy ask. Yeah, none of the other option plays, though, in the morning, unfortunately. Maybe we give it a second. STLD, actually, that one's up 35 to 65. Was that a put? Where are those Texas Instruments, man? TXN kind of holding on one of the puts, but it's actually still lower than what we paid for it. So we're going to need some other bigger intraday moves for any of those ones to hit. CNI dump. Bro, CNI was good. I thought that one was actually going to be close. But, yeah, those options clap now, too. Give it a second. Good morning. PGR up 20. I think Procter & Gamble dropped. Kimberly-Clark, I think that one went south. Again, so one way to the downside would have been the hit on that.
Order submitted.
PGR up 250. CLF crazy pop. Let's see, Procter Gambling. It's holding there. We need a little bit more. Again, Netflix, I kind of want to play it, but I do want some of those premiums to flush out a little bit. It's still holding up and moving up, but 2 standard deviations kind of expensive. Unless we want to throw a place marker down. Let's see. Well, some of them did get a little cheaper. NVIDIA, Abbott puts not moving. Baba lag in China. Again, Baba's doing good, though. Baba's higher than where it was even before, like, the extended sell-off, more or less. Oh, did that fill? All right. I'm throwing a place marker down. I grabbed one of the Netflixes pretty much near the 2 standard deviations. Give me a sec. But that one, I think, is going to play like the Boeing. I'm expecting that play to drop 50% before it goes up anything. I hope it could be a Frogger. We will find out on that one. Baba lack in China. So again, this one, it's not 2 standard deviations from what's priced in now. It was the 2 standard deviations from yesterday. So again, pretty much that would have been around like 580 to 600. So keep that in mind. I guess not a recommendation. You will lose money. I grabbed a 600 put or call, for next week for $75. So the idea here, I'm throwing that one just like those Boeings. I don't know if you remember. I'm
Order
using this
canceled.
to keep an eye on the premiums throughout the day. And then depending on how this one moves, we'll be able to target something closer or further and then go from there. So we'll find out. But you will lose money on that one. That, like I said, I think I expect that one to go down 50% before it goes up 50%. We'll see. And if you got clapped on the options for Netflix, it's literally because they were pricing in so much. So, like, I think all the, like, 580s are negative on the day. So, like, even if you were, $40 out the money with 1 week of time, those still went down. And then the ones a little closer, like a 560, you made like 57%, which isn't too bad. But remember, they were pricing in a ton. I think the play is Kimberly Clark. If we went downside, I believe that one would have hit. We could take it. And then again, if we took the SAPs, that would have been way better. So, again, a lot of the plays we took one way on, we could have hit if we grabbed some of the other ones. Yeah, see, these were 28 cents to $1. So the 118s, the 117s, Kimberly Clark, you would have got 300%.
Order
that one was
canceled.
there. I think the SAP to the upside, you would have got what? 280. These were 50 cents yesterday, I think. Yeah, 40 cents. So again, the play, we just went the wrong direction. But it's good to know, though, as far as even considering both ways. Netflix running. IBM has earnings, so that's probably why it's getting ready there. Oh, shit, the Netflix is coming up here now. Some of the closer ones are moving. We'll see. Yeah, CNI, TXN, all of those got clapped. Every single one. We have no winner today this morning. So that's going to be 300 down the drain, the 300 from yesterday. And then we reload today. And then hopefully PG comes back up. Or, again, if some of them move. But I do think a lot of them are in the cuck zone above all else. PayPal has the event tomorrow. So, I mean, if it's selling off, I just keep in mind there is going to be an event. It might move a little crazy. And then where's the SPX? Again, NASDAQ's up 0.7, Russell 0.97, SPY up 0.5%. You're at 4,893. Are you fucking kidding me? We are about to pump it up, you guys. You're almost at 4,900. Oh, my goodness. You want China tin? I got U.S. tin. I got every China tin. I do have China tin and how they did it. Damn, those Netflix calls are up almost 100% right now. So 70 cents to 140. I thought they'd go down before they went up. Very interesting. Netflix jumps 9.7. So Netflix already up like 1.1 from there. Can we ghetto spread that? You could ghetto spread it with $1,000 upside if you really wanted to. You could sell the 610s for more than you just paid. And then we could call it a day. I'm kind of down with that, honestly. Not going to lie to you about that. Rate cut odds went up. Let's see. Well, I need to check the rate cut odds. Did that fail? That just froze my whole platform? Damn, I got 84. All right, I ghetto spreaded that. Fuck it. Yeah. I just ghetto spreaded it. That's a free play. So if Netflix goes up, we'll make $1,000 if it hits 600 by next week. Why not? Alrighty. Yeah, so it's going up even more. That's crazy, though. Those just went up to $1.70. So, again, I just called out that play for you guys, so you even heard the strike. We went for the Netflix 600s. I just grabbed those right there in the morning for $70. And again, when they just shot up here to 145, but then I shorted the 610 for 85 cents. So I spent $70 for the 600, and then I just got back $80, $85 for the 610. So I got paid more for further out of the money than closer, and then now there's a $10 difference between the contracts. So literally, that means if it goes up to 610, I have paid nothing for this play now, and then we can make up to $1,000. So it's pretty much a free play, which I'm very, very down with. So yallah, that was quick. Netflix is crazy. PayPal going red. Where's Pfizer? Pfizer making the move finally. He want to make a upside. I sold the 610 and I bought the 600. So how does that? So literally, how long did that take? It took 4 minutes. So I bought the 600 call for 75 cents at 9:32, and then 4 minutes later, I just sold the 610 call for 84. went long on the closer to the money and shorted the further out the money for more than I paid. That is the ghetto spread. So then now I have upside as well as no risk. So even if that play expires worthless, we're going to make $10. And then there's still even going to be a gap between the two. So like even right now, if you wanted to sell out of them, you'd still walk away with $70 additional profit plus whatever you just collected back. But yeah, Netflix going off. Pfizer too, watch out for them. And then again, Intel selling off. Where's Tessie? Tessie's not moving the same way it did the other day. And then SPY still at VWAP.
Order
no
submitted.
IBM plays. We'll go over those in a little bit. Or I guess a couple of hours we'll do all of the earnings plays. Yeah, bro, Netflix just woke up, man. That's crazy. J&J going up. Procter & Gamble still holding down. CNI, did that one go up? Nope. STLD, we did have some premium on that one, but again, I don't think any of the options from yesterday are going to be in the money, or either none of them are going to hit. But we'll take the Netflix. The worst Tesla run up. Well, when was Tesla's last delivery numbers? I do think that has to that's like factoring into it. Damn, even those 610s just almost went up 100%. That's crazy. Bro, Netflix just literally went crazy from that. Netflix 52-week high, 553. Let's see. What do we got working? Yeah, Netflix. Did our Pfizer's combine yet? No. It has to settle. But even Pfizer's making its way up. That'll be good. Netflix just still keeps running. So Progressive. That one was a hit if you took the upside. So again, the two standard deviations are on the money. I picked the wrong ones or the wrong direction, but those are amazing. There was a lot there. Yeah, ASML up 7. Shout out to Caesar. Is Caesar sleeping right now? I've not seen him yet. Tesla's starting to run up there, so we'll see if that goes. Again, Netflix is literally nonstop right now. That's literally, $30 or $20 from the open? And then it sold off a little bit more. I'm here, Cab. There he is, baby. Good luck, man. Hopefully it all worked out. At least 7% min. Not bad. Not bad. STLD, TXN. Options both sides red. Yeah, man. It happens. It happens. I mean, we went 4 for 6 all green. So now I guess we have to give back a little bit. But it sucks, though, because the ones I wanted on one direction, if I went the other way, though, those would have still been nice. But I'm still excited for today. We're going to have more. And then otherwise, too, next week, we get even more. And I guess we kind of salvaged it with that. And, bro, that Netflix just went $70 to $250. That one that I just called out in front of you guys. So that one's killing it. And then the Teslas are up again. We'll see how long that one lasts. Oh, shit, PMI data. Is that in 4 minutes? The 2 standard deviation strategy. I would check out the second link in the description. So I've made several tutorials on it this year, and a lot of people have been loving it. So you'll be prepared when we go over it all today. So we're gonna go through a batch of earnings. It's again composite 50.3, manufacturing 47.2, and then services 51. YPF on the high. Again, TXN moving around there. STLD, and then Kimberly-Clark still clapped. PG. Where are the ones from yesterday, too? How's even 3M? 3M still just been holding that 96. Zim on the high. SPY's going lower. Let's see. Mara up 6. KRE. I don't think I ever ghetto spreaded the KREs. I ghetto spreaded the ARC. And then we sold out of that one with a nice profit. Nikolai, Mara, Upstart. You took a Netflix 600, 315. Calls are up 200. Does it make sense to roll it into a credit spread? What do you mean? Like ghetto spread it? Are you saying turn it to a ghetto spread, or you want a credit spread? I'm confused. So if you want to make it a credit spread, I'm assuming that'd be the ghetto spread, but it's really up to you because it's question of do you think this will still be going straight up? Is the amount good enough, or do you want to sell out and try to reload? So I do think there is going to be a reload on Netflix eventually, but it depends. That's why I opened up today with the $70 call. It just rocketed up, but my idea here was that I could use that if there is a reload, use that as a place market to get something better than the money. But this is why I didn't like Netflix options yesterday. I just thought they were expensive. So, I mean, how does $200 200% stack up for you? I'm still in Outlook, yeah. A Rite Aid, there's a chance it will recover, but a very, very slim one. So I think it's tantamount to my hairline. Maybe my hair grows back, but there's a chance it won't. Probably not. So I'm still riding it out. Again, since we did that end of the year, I could use it a little bit more strategically, but we're waiting on the bankruptcy proceedings. With 53 days, I guess I'm okay waiting.
Target filled.
Here's the deal. If it drops, 4%, 3%, that play will probably go back to break even. All right, you got Bank of Canada and the, what's it called? Bank of Canada, you're getting these comments right here. Oh, is that on the wire? You got Bank of Canada in red. I forgot to put this up. So, and then PMIs came in. Where are they? PMIs all came in strong. PMI was 52.3 versus 450.3. Manufacturing 50.3 versus 47.2. And then services 52.9 versus 51. Macklem says inflation's still too high. What are they saying? CPI expectations, wage growth suggest underlying CPI pressures remain. And then we have not ruled out further rate increases. So Canada talking a little hawkish. But they forecast ease to 2.5 by end of 2025. Wants to see further sustained easing in core CPI. Yeah, it's strong data and then hawkish Bank of Canada. That's what's hitting the bonds right now. We'll see if that lasts throughout the whole day, but for now, that's your knee-jerk reaction. Hawkish Canada and then strong PMI data across the board. Yeah, Meta 391, another all-time high. Watch for them around 400, honestly. When's Meta earnings? Are they next week? Hawkish is probably synonymous with bearish. Hawkish is used in the terms of monetary policy versus the advancement of equity prices. AMD little breakout. Yeah, Netflix still holding up. Tessie's not doing anything. What was it? AMD? Meta, I don't want to go too early, but again, Meta near 400 I think is an interesting one. Yeah, Bank of Canada now starting to look at how long interest rates need to stay at current levels, rather than whether policy rate is restrictive enough. Meta's February 1st. I think Meta's still pricing in a ton. Yeah, they're pricing in what? 26, 29, $30? Damn, so they're pricing just under 10%? Meta's pricing in like 7%. That's crazy. That's actually kind of nutty. You know, Netflix play would crush. You didn't play it. I don't even think the premium game was that good if you played it. So, like, you would have made, like, if you got the right direction on any of those other plays yesterday, like Kimberly Clark puts paid out better than a Netflix call. So, again, if you grabbed it there in that first 3 minutes, that was probably we made the same 200% in 2 minutes than you would have taking the whole entire risk of holding through earnings. Yeah, the Kimberly. I just went the other way on Kimberly Clark. They were $18 though. They weren't expensive. That's the sad part. But it's all good. And then I'm taking another play right now. This one's a little interesting. Not a recommendation. You will lose money. I'm taking a little bit more of a risk. And then those Netflixes are calming down. I went after Meta. I don't like going in. Any of the plays I've played early haven't really hit. But I'm going Meta just in case it runs up near 400 ahead of, damn, NVIDIA and AMD going crazy. But I grabbed out of the money Meta. This one's further than 2 standard deviations. I don't know. Do you guys want the play? Did y'all like the video? I called out the Netflix for you. I forgot. I've been in the moment with all the earnings plays. I've been calling out all the plays, but y'all want plays? I need likes, man. I'm sorry. But I did a Netflix out of the money for February 9th. Kept it cheap though, so only went with one, not going too crazy. Yeah, I don't know. We can't. I can't. I forgot the option until there's 1,000 likes. You know, I got to get y'all back. I did a Meta call right now. Meta, because again, it's approaching that 400 again, and even Netflix coming up now. Those did start to calm down. Yeah, damn, Netflix, NVIDIA. Look at all the 50s. The high ticker, just 52-week high ticker. It's not even a normal high ticker. It's just 52-week highs. What is this? These guys is crazy, Habibi. Stop whoring likes. It's disingenuous. I want 1,200 now. It was 1,000 before that. Otherwise, you could buy the stream alerts. That's less disingenuous, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 1,200. Carissa gave y'all the warning, too. That's it, man. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. All right, man. I feel you. You are in the Middle East, Habibi. I don't think it played how you wanted to. You know? That's it, man. That's it. I go through their chat facts. You complain about long-term alerts. Come on, man. You got no GGs, man. No GGs. You said respect before. You were asking about the formula for standard deviation. So come on, bro. What's up? Why you hating, man? Why you hating? But yeah, now we need 1,200. We checked the chat facts. We did. And YouTube. No technical. I let him go. You know, he's good, you know. At least he tried to look for this 2 standard deviation. I could respect that. You know what I'm saying? I could respect that. I'm all about it. But I don't know why the hate. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Just like the video. That's it. You want it free. You could pay for it, but I would like to give it to y'all for free. Just want to make sure y'all active. Like the video, bro. That's all we asking. Carissa's saying 1,400. I say 1,200 now. Y'all would have had it already. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. But, like, if I'm already getting, like, what's it called? If I'm already going to receive flack for whoring the likes, then I'm really going to whore the likes. You know what I'm saying? If that's how it's already coming off, then I might as well double, like, I got to double down. NVIDIA, bro, another one? My goodness. That's actually insane. And then the Netflix plays, that's the one from this morning. Literally 70 cents to 200 now. With the ghetto spread is looking good. NVIDIA to 1K. Sava's on the high. AMD. Dude, AMD's even becoming a terrorist. That thing's insane, actually. Netflix net income was down 44% quarter over quarter. But year over year, I think it killed it. That's the thing. So, like, remember when they were trading at 270, 170, you know what I'm saying? Is like they were doing really bad. That's why I remember everybody at one point thought Netflix was going to die. Everybody really thought Netflix was going to be like, nah, not so much. You know? And so it's good. But there is, like, again, people brought it up. It's like, how come they made less money, but their memberships are growing? A lot of those memberships, they were from the, what's it called? They were from the ad tier, and they were a lot more cheaper priced. I mean, like, you only need 50 more. We're looking for 1,200 now. Unless anybody has a challenge to that. No buy now, pay later on the tin. I'll throw in some tin for you. Definitely throw in some tin. You know, we hit what we needed. McDonald's, oh man, Ronald. And then SPY trying to get up off the low of the day. But again, it's still holding up good. If anything, the Russell came down. They were up almost double. And then, again, the NASDAQ is up by 3/4. TXT, oh shit, that was another one that hit. That was the one, that was the last, damn, I just literally whiffed on all of them, and I was right there. Yeah, the TXT, bro, you would have got 50 cents to $1.50. I think I would have went with the 90s, though. I was being cheap on these. You would have lost. I would have went with the 90s. I was being cheap on all of these yesterday. Yeah, still not bad, though. Not bad to see. The 2 standard deviations. If you get the right way, you're gonna be in there. Yeah, I was being cheap, bro. I would have went for the 90s because after the other plays, I guess we could have saved money. We'll go through them all today and see, and we're gonna find out how we could optimize. I think both ways protects you if you really want to, like, if you really care about winning or not. You know what I'm saying, or at least recouping. Both ways is gonna get you more protection, but then you're not gonna be able to play as many. Not bad, though. Not bad. Tesla, are they moving up? No, Tesla's selling. Again, we wake up and they're green in the morning, and then they come down. My goodness. My goodness. Is premium trading on options dead? No, you could trade the premium. Again, I was talking yesterday about selling premium on Netflix. I think it would have hit. Actually, you would have been down $2,000 unless it drops on the at the monies. But if you sold 2 standard deviation premium, you would have won yesterday for a little bit. But then again, if you bought them in the morning like that, dude, that snag we just had on Netflix, literally, and the opening, that was a great one. Yesterday's plays all failed. So it depends on which direction. So if you grabbed opposite or if you went both ways, you would have made money. But on some of the ones, if you took the exact ones I went with, you would have lost. So I don't know. That's why we need 3 more likes, and I don't know if you want to hear the other plays for today, but we'll see. Thank you all. What's up, Legal 2? I hope you're living good. Corrupt with the Kimberly Clark. If you went both ways, that one hit, though. That's why I'm like, fuck. Even the SAP, any of the ones, the last ones I went one direction on, if I went both ways, they would have been great. Would have got us a couple $100 back. Would have recouped all the money, but that's it, man. Welcome to the game. Options are cheap. Options are cheap if it moves 2 standard deviations. That's it. It's like if you're paying for the at the money moves in the market, the stock just moves whatever's priced in, you're not going to make money. Again, even the Netflix, you made a little bit of money, and now it's $20 above that, but it's a lot harder. So the way that we've been doing the options lately is small amounts of money for less likely events where if it goes outside of normal, that's the only way we're getting paid on any of these. That's it. Oh, there you go. We hit our 1,200. So Meta, I grabbed February 9th, Meta 470s, I believe. Let me double check. 470s or 475s. I only bought one for $50. So I'm just doing a lot. And then again, I don't know if you've picked up on the plays I'm doing here. I'm being cheap as hell. I'm just going for the small, cheap plays with lower probability. Yeah, I did 475 for 57 bucks. So again, I'm just going, and that one I'm hoping that it runs up into earnings. I'm playing the 400s, but the idea is you're going to have one more week of pre-earnings run up, let it do its thing. But that one, I'm not expecting any of these to win. That's it. That one's for February 9th. I'm not expecting any of these plays to win. So even today when I wake up on the 2 standard deviations, these are not expected to win. If they do win, they will turn a small amount of money into a lot of money. However, you should expect for them to lose. It was a 475. Not a recommendation. You will lose money. Again, it's pricing in $60 2 standard deviations. So Meta is pricing in, as of today, $30. $430 is where the stock is expected to go to if everything moves as the computers and analysts expect. If it goes outside of that, double will be $460. I just went with the $475, and I want to try to do it early, but that's the only contract that's cheap with that amount of time. Cheap as in sub $80, sub $50 at that point. IEA says to bring forward publication of first 25 oil demand forecast and monthly oil report to oil. PMI data was all strong, and then Bank of Canada was hawkish. You rolled the Netflix to early expiry. Got to keep 9.1 credit from 3. I call that a good day. I like that. That's not bad at all. NVIDIA, now Netflix taking off again. Let's see. The Intel calls are still up. I forgot about those. The GE puts kind of came back a little. I get 14 bucks from those. Still a loss, but that's from yesterday. Those are kind of moving. Netflix, where's BNB? They were moving up. And then where's Abivi? Abivi was at the breakout level. BNB came down. Abivi came down. SPY's even going lower. Pfizer got a little bit of a move right after you roll. It might pop. That happens to me all the time. It might do the pop. It'll either really run from you or that'll be the final pop, and then it'll chill out. It's still a good play, though. Like you said, man, if you could walk away with $9 credit from a $300 investment, I'll take it. I'll take it. Man, Tesla's a hater. And then SPY coming lower again. We did hit another all-time high today, 4893. I do think 4897 and then 4887, 885. These are the next levels here. But then you got the gap to fill at 4860, which is the level from last time, I believe. Canadian money markets see 40% chance of Bank of Canada rate cut by April, down from 65 before the announcement. Where's the Zaza? Rate cut odds actually pulled back a little bit, or they went up a little. So in America, rate cut odds aren't getting as bearish as they were the other day. None of the plays hit. Not on the directions I took them. So the ones that I took the opposite, they all hit. You're going to hear me say that a lot today. But we'll recap all of them before we get into the plays because we could learn from it. At least I am. I'm getting to see there on some of those. It may pay, especially the $18 ones. I wish I took them both ways. Yeah, Tesla 2 stand. I mean, those are the ones I took last time. They're literally at break even, and we went early on them. Tesla said something today about a new assembly line. I don't know if it's a new product, but they said they wanted to like ramp up into 2025. And then BYD warned them. They're like, don't you dare. SPRC, I feel like I saw this one in the morning. That's up 87%. SciSpark. Where's Bob up? You playing D-Walk today? Oh, okay, so do you want my tinfoil? I have my Trump, New Hampshire tinfoil. It's kind of, it left me with scratching my head. Are you ready? Here it is. My Trump foil. Trump won the New Hampshire primary. And even on like Bloomberg, when I like read about like how everybody says he blew what's her name out of the water, and that it was like a huge beat. Even though he won, it was good, but I'm kind of confused because it was like just under above 50%. I don't think it was a good win for Trump, but I'm surprised to see the media. Everybody said it was like a blowout. So I thought it was. I don't know. Maybe that's why D-Walk is down, but like in a weird way, I thought it was underwhelming. But it's usually, if anything was underwhelming, because I told you guys this yesterday. I thought they would have really hammered it down that it was bad, but it didn't seem like it was that good. Yeah, they're making it seem like he blew her away, but which is weird because usually the media will say, you don't really get favorable reporting of Trump. So that's why I was like, I'm surprised they didn't focus on the margin being that slim. It's a blowout because 70% of Haley's votes were unregistered. Well, maybe that could be it. Yeah, but he was supposed to win by a lot. Yeah, but even your quote-unquote fake news is saying that he blew her out or that it was a blowout when I don't think it was. Reverse psychology. But yeah, that's my tinfoil. And then China, I'll give you the China tinfoil. See, look at you guys got your likes in there. You got to play. I'm giving you a 3-for-1, bro. You already hit the level. You know what I'm saying? So good morning, baby. So here it is. Are you ready? Are you ready? China. I think China, they wanted the market to anticipate it like pretty much. I think China wanted the market to go lower before unleashing stimulus. Because if you haven't noticed, the crazy part is right when everybody thought there was going to be a rate cut, they didn't do it. The market slipped. They added more of these draft rules the week prior, and then they let it slip again, and then finally they announced that they're putting in a small amount of stimulus, and then right when the market flushes through, then they come in with the rate cut. I think China, they wanted the market to go a lot lower before adding stimulus, as weird as that sounds. So then that way they didn't shoot off the gun and then not get anything for it. And now we got the peach, baby. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bradley Frizzle and the peach has arrived. That's worthy of a horn. Horn, oh my goodness. Oh, God bless you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Peach Nation, get your ass up. It's here. Happy Wednesday, Peach, bro. Amen. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. God bless you, Bradley Frizzle. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Abbott break even at least. One of the calls is up. Yeah, I guess, but you're down on the puts. Well, maybe we get some good follow through, but again, I'm already writing all of those off. We'll see. Maybe we get lucky by the end of the week, but at that point, you need luck. And then the Netflixes, those still did good. That's the only one we got right now. And that was just from this morning. TXN, I mean, one of the puts was then again, they're all still washed. Microsoft going up. Yeah, TXN 169, Cuck Zone. EVAX on the high. Oh, what was the other one? Elevance. ELV. They went 3.5. Meta breaking out now. Again, 392. SPY trying to bounce off the bottom. Adding any China plays. We have Baba, so I'm not adding to it, but I think we're like back to green on Baba now. Or we're literally right at break even. So we put 2 deposits towards it. So I got enough in the long term for Alibaba, and now we could build out everything else. Random play BBWI is up. Yeah. Let's say. Yeah, 30%. Let's see, we got a little bit of... Oh, that's a weekly? Oh, it's for February 2nd. Why the drop? I mean, a little bit of hawkish Canada and strong data, but I don't know if the drop... I mean, that's a drop after hitting another all-time high right below 4,900. So I think we're just kind of moving. If anything, again, that China stimulus mixed in with the earnings reaction You could bring up the dollar, but the dollar is just literally right back to where it was yesterday. That's the irony, right? Because people are like, the dollar's down today. It's like it's right back. I guess it did go lower. Really hyped on that. Yeah, so dollar gave back a whole week of gains, but still kind of stuck in the range of last week. Still higher there. SMCI pop. Abbott new low. All right, maybe if Abbott runs, maybe we'll get one. Come on, big money, big money, big money. We did Netflix in the morning. We got a quick 100 or 200% on that. And then we ghetto spreaded it for a free play and $1,000 upside. And then I made him play on Meta. Meta for a week after earnings, further than 2 standard deviations, just in case they get a 400 run up, which I would like on Meta. Yeah, there was another, like, dude, there's been a bunch of plane issues. I saw a damn TikTok of a plane that, like, fell in an air pocket, and then the food trays and food was everywhere. I was like, man, I'm not flying, bro. I already, like, disliked planes in general, but, like, I ain't flying till next year, bro. Y'all got me fucked up. I ain't going anywhere. I'll take a carriage or something. Where's Uber stock? I'll take a Uber. I'm done. I'm done with planes, bro. After all, like, train issues, I was fine with the train issues. They were sad, but, like, man, I ain't going on no fucking train. Nah, man, I ain't doing no fucking planes, man. Fuck that. Even a Russian plane fell out the sky. Like, I would have been like, oh, that's some war shit. Now I'm just like, it's some Boeing shit. I don't know. I'm done with it, man. Nope, I ain't going on no more planes till next year. Planes are safer than cars. All right, buddy. You do that. For me, I'm going to get in my dangerous death trap of a vehicle. I am no longer on a plane. At least for 12. I'm a quarantine from the plane. I'm a social distance from a plane. Got me messed up. Tesla barely green, and then where's Intel? And then again, IBM. That's another earnings here for the day. Is the platform TradingView to analyze charts? No, I think TradingView is when you go to Trading Economics. They use TradingView, but I use E-Trade and Thinkorswim. The metas were $57 or $55 or $54. ASML all-time high. Caesar, he said, yalla. Standard deviations. I would prefer you go through the videos that we just made on them because, I mean, it's quiet. You could watch it and learn it, and then hopefully you could come back with questions there. But I really recommend you go over those videos before we do the earnings for tomorrow. I think UNG did have a reverse split, yeah. Reason you're not getting text alerts with T-Mobile? There shouldn't be. I mean, they have an issue with short codes, but if you already have signed up, just like text the number, and then it should work, or just again send a support email. We'll get you fixed on there. And then if it's we won't know for the long-term alerts until I send out one. So if you didn't get the Pfizer the other day, I might sell a covered call soon. So maybe we'll get you with another one. Unfortunately, no text alerts in Canada. Some people it works, but it's a risk. So I can't guarantee Canada because y'all got U.S. numbers, some of y'all. Disney getting crushed if Netflix blew out earnings. Well, Disney's holding up, and it had a little bit of a run-up, but I think Disney might be because Netflix is the king. But then again, Disney is straight up copying Netflix's playbook. So I do hope Disney can turn it around. So again, if Disney could get the same success that Netflix had from like the password sharing and all of that, they'll be in a good spot. Me and my best friend still share a Netflix account. Not anymore. I'm telling you, the moment you talk about it, your account's gonna get clapped. Why did you have to? I'm gonna delete your message for you, bro. I'm telling anybody who I've ever seen within 24 hours of bragging about their Netflix account still working, like sharing, and never, myself included, bro. It's insane. It's insane, bro. It's the wildest thing. It's like you already hear your computer listening to you and shit. But nah, bro. Anytime I've heard anybody flex it, they're like 2 days later. You got 48 hours max. Mm-hmm. SMH, Google, chip makers. I think SMH pumping off of ASML. Yeah, the chip index running up there. Google 52-week high. Now NVIDIA. Well, maybe that's what's pumping it. You got to pump it up. I'll wait on those. You think the 30-year has inverted past the 2-year? I don't think it has. No, I don't. I mean, I think it's a matter of fact, not opinion. But right now, I do believe the 2-year is higher than the 30-year. I still think we still got those inversions. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure most of the curve is still inverted. Only by a quarter basis point. It's not a big margin, but still there. It's like, yeah, the 1929 inversion record, that's still like what? 6 months away? And then again, we're still not even in March. So at least we're wrapping up this month. That's kind of good, but we're going to find out. Uber is down. It is. Okay. Then Meta is just chilling. So I made another play. I'm doing a small further out the money place marker again. Different play. Only 51 likes? No, how many we got? We got 13. We almost have we'll have 1,400 if you want to play. Hit that like button, baby. I did make another play here, though. I went after a Disney. Keeping it small, though. Again, I'm doing $50, $20 to $50 plays. And if they're early, this time I'm just trying to go further out the money for cheaper. So then that way I don't really get trapped too hard. And then again, we could use that as a place marker to see what's up. And then really, but again, I do want some of these on the run up. But I did go with Disney. Yeah, 20 likes, I'll tell you which one it is. God bless you. Yeah, you got to refresh. NASDAQ rises to senior high. I need to go to the bathroom, though. So can we hurry this up? Why no share plays? Because everything's high as shit. So do you see the risk? I don't want to buy shares and then they fucking pull the rug like they do on the bonds, and then you're going to be holding these for a lot more. So again, I'm going with 2 standard deviations while the market's at breakout levels. So up or down, we could do them there. But that's only risk. But I still have a lot of shares. Again, still in the China ones. I'm eyeing some of them. If they're lower price, like Pfizer, I would consider adding some. Again, I kind of want to play the XDivvy, but like the names that are lower, go with shares. If the names are just at breakout levels, I would go and I'm trying to keep very small amounts on the options. So we'll see. But yeah, not a recommendation. You will lose money. I did Disney February 16, 105 call. I grabbed one for $53. Just one, and that's, again, 2 weeks ahead of earnings. And then I will give you the disclaimer. Any of the early earnings plays, most of them have failed. Let me say that one more time. If you're going like a week or two ahead of earnings, they have all failed. That's it. They're like, there's not really. Tesla's the only one that's up, and it's up by $11. February 16th. So it covers a week after earnings. It's well above 2 standard deviations, borderline 3 standard deviation territory. And the idea here is, again, if you get any more run up or not. But again, those contracts are the cheapest in the last couple of days. That's the only thing that's going in its favor. But again, trying to keep them small here. I think Disney has more value, but like, I don't know if Disney can eke out members like Netflix. Y'all got to realize Netflix, whether it's paid or half paid or ad tier or whatever, like that's a lot of people that they're signing up, especially in an environment where people thought they were going to be a lot worse. Seeing news of flood. I'm good, man, but the flooding was crazy. I didn't really get affected by it, so I'm blessed, but it was the videos are pretty nuts. I didn't get to see any floods myself. AXSM? Isn't that one a chip maker or no? Axum Therapeutics? I'm still probably thinking ASML. LRCX up 260. Netflix up 32. Where's Netflix? Still running. We got a good gain on those plays. I wonder if the slow moves are going to make them die out, though. That Netflix still up 100%, 70 to 150, 160, and then the ghetto spread, we got our money back. And then Meta's there. I don't know if the Meta play, I think that one didn't go up. Barely up. And then Tesla's trying to move. We just did a Disney. Or until we get later in the day. We will see. A DFS. That play, has that one expired? No, we still got the DFS, but no, that one's not going to hit. We should have took the profits on it last week. Apple's starting to run up. Again, Microsoft and Google, some of your big tech was actually running really good. And then the Russell's back down to a quarter, bro. Every day, Russell's gapping up 1% and then coming down. I like 3M at these prices. I do. We talked about it. But again, I already put my deposit towards your boy Pfizer. So that's the only downside to that. Steel Dynamic premium holding. Is it? The call is actually up. Well, depending on where you get filled at. 3M Divvy is like just above 6%. So it's just higher than Pfizer at these prices. Abbott close to the money. That play kind of held up too, but it's all the same scenario. The put's actually up, but not enough to make up for the put just yet, or the call. According to suppliers, Tesla's targeting 500,000 deliveries of 25K vehicles in 2025. Can you explain why you were talking about Netflix in the watch list? I think the watch list explains it. There's a couple of reasons why I liked, and then we talked about the movement of the stock and how it was impressive, but also, I mean, the market makers did kind of price this in. H100 chips going. All right, I need to go to the bathroom. Bonds coming lower. Let's see. I don't think we have a commercial break. 488. SPY's even coming back.
Under
SEC vote on
and that's why you, from the
Follow
safe
me on
harbor,
Instagram,
that's why you see them being very careful. And I feel this about future statements.
BRB.
That was not clear in SPAC. So you think, how could it not
Bob,
be?
we spent a lot of time during the height of the SPAC craziness looking at those very numbers and the prospectus or what in the presentations that would be made, and I always had fun with them because they were absurd.
Yeah.
Completely and totally absurd in terms of what they saw in 26 and 27 and where they thought their value would be based on a multiples to some crazy EBITDA number that in no way was truly going to happen.
So now the companies that are the targets are going to have, and the auditors that are in them are going to have to sign on to the legal registration. That's going to make them legally liable, and they're not going to have a safe harbor provision where they can say, oh, we're making reasonable, you can't sue us because we're making reasonable estimates. So it's basically a green light Gensler is giving to them saying, go ahead. If these people are making outrageous statements, they're not protected by anything.
Of course, we're far past the height of craziness.
Close the barn door after, yes.
Yeah.
But, you know, the SEC's position is it does, in fairness to them, it does take some time for them to get it out.
Bob, thank you.
Okay.
Meantime, Bitcoin is higher today, trading just below 40K. The cryptocurrency has fallen about 15% since the launch of those ETFs, and one of those big funds seen a lot of money leaving. Kate Rooney is following all that action today. Morning, Kate.
Hey, Carl. Good morning. Yeah, Bitcoin ETFs have seen more than $1 billion in net inflows so far, but there is one firm with by far the most money heading out the door. That is Grayscale. In the past day alone, it's seen about $640 million of outflows. That's according to FactSet. And then Fundstrat, meanwhile, estimates that since these ETFs launched, Grayscale's seen about $3.5 billion in outflows. If you compare that to the other top names in this race, take BlackRock's ETF, it saw $1.6 billion come in the door, and then Fidelity's ETF not far behind that. You can see those on the left side of the chart there. Grayscale is still the largest, about $21 billion in assets compared to under $2 billion for BlackRock. There are a few reasons, guys, for that exodus. One is this successful arbitrage trade. Grayscale had an existing publicly traded product, and then it converted into an ETF. And before it was an
Bitcoin.
ETF, GBTC, as the ticker is known, traded at
Everybody in GBCT. So this is a level. I honestly might have to start charting some of these lines out here, but even on the futures, 48.90, 48.87, and 89, these were like all the levels here, and then obviously that new high. But we're working our way up. Bonds are about to go break even after that. My goodness. So those already sold off, and then again, I don't know where's the dollar. Dollar did start climbing a little bit. Yeah, dollar's still down though, 0.5%. Oh my goodness. TXN starting to move lower a little bit. We are like, what, 166? Or are we at 160? I think we still got a long way to go. Oh, yeah, we got a long... the puts are up, or break even to up. So not too bad. You can lower the exposure. Again, that's the beauty when they have a bid, though. If you really feel like they failed, you could just sell them out and take that if you really want to. And then you could lower the amount that you lost, or you just hold if it does end up flushing. STLD put back to green. On the ask or on the spread, it's moving around. Last trade was at break even. Whirlpool. I like Whirlpool, but didn't they just have bad news? I think right when I was considering it. But somebody brought that one up on the Divvy watch list. That one's, honestly, if they could go a little